Hi everybody, and welcome to another product review with Toby. Thanks for joining me, and I want to give a shout out to my friends over there at GoProFanatics.com. If you have a chance, jump over to GoProFanatics.com, visit their forum, check out, there's a lot of information from kind of us users that like to share tips and tricks, as well as answering questions to many of the GoPro problems that people have, and also, just sharing the videos that we all like to make and enjoy. So, enough of the promo stuff, let's get started. And so on this week's product review, we're going to be looking at Sametop's curved and adhesive mounts that are 3M adhesive mounts that are ideal for helmets, ski and snowboards, kayaks, cars, windows, those kind of things, or any other thing that you can think to affix a curved or flat adhesive mount to, that you don't mind it staying there for a little while. So anyways, let's get started. Let's take a look at the product. We'll also go through and see where you can buy some Sametop adhesive mounts, what the prices are, and so on. So, without getting too much into everything, I ordered these adhesive mounts through Amazon. They came in this handy dandy little resealable package. Now the adhesive mounts are no different in size, shape, dimensions as any other adhesive mount that have came with a purchased GoPro. So here's the flat adhesive mount, just your standard slide-in top. There's the 3M logo right there, so you know it's genuine. So there's just your standard flat oval adhesive mount, and then you have your curved mount, which you can see is just like the standard ones that come with GoPro, and then also your slide in, and they're also universal, so you can slide in the GoPros from either direction. Now, I've used these in many different situations, and most of the time it's because I want that mount's always going to be there. And with the flat mounts, I've used these for dirt bike fenders. I've used them for visors on dirt bike and ski helmets, that way to generate those profile views. And usually they bond pretty good and stay on there. The curved I've used for the helmets. Primarily the helmets, the sports I do don't necessarily have a bunch of different uses. It's not like I don't do kayaking or anything that where I would be able to test and see if this would bond good to that type of like poly material, or if it makes 100% contact on its curve. So what I'm going to do for this test is a bit different than I've done for some other ones. Being that it's an adhesive mount, I figured I'd probably try to do a strength test with it and see how much it will hold. Because I know one of the questions that has come up to me from people that are looking at using maybe the curved adhesive mount for, say, a ski helmet or a dirt bike helmet is how well do they hold up in crashes. I have some experience in that, and personal experience says they hold up very well. So on this test, I went down to the local hardware store, and the best thing I could find is a door hinge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the hinge completely out of these two separate sections, and then affix the flat adhesive mount to the center point. And then with the remaining holes, just going to use some high-tech twine and then hang off weights and see if it'll carry up to 20 pounds of load. Now, I thought about using the drone to try to do this, but I don't think my copter would carry enough weight to actually make it a satisfying test. So we're going to use some twine, use these hinge, and then I'm just going to attach some dumbbell weights to it and see how well they go. I'm going to try both. So I'm going to use one that has more of the perimeter strength to it, and then one that just has two. And I'm going to see if it affects any sorts of, any different pulling or bonding issues that may arise with a 3M. My hypothesis says it's going to be just fine carrying 20 pounds of weight. Now I'm going to hook up, after this is all installed, I'm just going to hook one of the standard GoPro slides into it, and then I'm going to hook a GoWorks knuckles up to it so I can actually hold it. So that's the basic premise of this short test, and we'll see how it goes. Hey everybody, so it's the second phase of making the hanger. So here I'm going to use a 4-inch grinder with a cutting wheel to cut out the hinge itself, and then so we can create the suspension system for the weights. And as planned, the 3M adhesive, the Sametop 3M adhesives are going to go right here, and then also on this side here, to create just two different suspension models, and to see if there's any difference with, because these both have the holes, and if it bonds real well to hold at least 10 to 20 pounds, and then without any problems. So let me get started and start cutting this up. So there we have our two different hanging plates. So we'll probably just head on inside. Now that we have the hinge cut in two pieces, we can attach the Sametop 3M adhesives. And what, it's important to note that the mounting plates as well as the adhesive are just at room temperature. So they haven't been heated, and they're also not put on in the cold. I wouldn't recommend putting any adhesives on in the cold, just because you don't get that good bonding. So room temperature, and we'll get started. Now when I'm putting on these, I really like to push all the corners in as best I can, and all the edges. That way you're ensuring a good bond. And so what I'm looking for right here is the curvature right in here is the bond between the adhesive and the contact surface. It doesn't really show on the camera all that good, but you don't want to have any gaps or lifting, at least on the sides, because that way, then dirt can actually get in there and start trying to lift it on its own. So creating that good seal Take a little bit of patience when doing this. Just don't slam it on and then get going, but you probably could. So, one done. We'll let that sit and cure. In this one, we have a little bit of overlap, so it won't make 100% bonding, 100% contact, and it also has 2 holes that aren't making contact either. So going with the same hypothesis, I still think it'll carry 20 pounds. Gotta rethink this now. Well, since the Go Works knuckle not gonna work, we're gonna use a Hero 2 as a holder. As a handle. All right, test number 1. There's 10 pounds, and looking at it, there doesn't seem to be any bonding issues. So 10-pound weight, no problem. Let's add 10 more. Okay, 20 pounds. All right, as you can see, there's 20 pounds being held by 1 3M. So I would say same top, nice. Now we'll just go with the larger one. I think it's highly unlikely that another result would happen, being being that the first one with only 2 mounting points and not a full bond due to the extra holes on the hinge had no problem. And if we can look, you can barely make out, not all that clear, that there isn't any lifting in the points of contact. You know, right through here and around even this side to the other side. And even with this section not being bonded to anything and the 2 holes, I'd say good, strong product. Continuing on, £20. Well, it's not pulling evenly, but no problem. See, no joke. To verify it's 20, there's the 10 pound there, 10 pounds there. So, in conclusion, I would say the Sametop 3M curved and flat mounted adhesives are going to be perfect for any situation or any sport you need. They can handle under 20 pounds of just straight load, so more than likely any impact you have with, if the adhesive gets a good bond to the product, any impact you have is not going to tear your GoPro off. You're not going to lose it. With that said, no one says you can't use a tether. But for the most part, I would say that he's going to be perfect for helmets, day-to-day use, and any other moderate sports you guys do. Anyways, we'd love to have... Please subscribe for more videos at the link below or at the end of the video. And if you like it, hit the like button. Thanks for tuning in, and see you soon.